Hey, y'all. Happy Monday. We are here for the morning pour. I am late as always. Yeah, I think I'm going to change my time back to 6:30. I know that sounds crazy. I'm going to change to earlier time so that I can be on here earlier. But this weekend, as you guys know, I was at our company event on this weekend. And so this morning I had to get my device. So my iPad is on the charger right now. So I'm holding it while I'm live on another platform and just getting prepared for this morning. So my apologies. So y'all come on in the room. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is Monday morning and we are here for the morning pour. And so if you've been rocking with me, if you know what this is all about, it's all about pouring into you guys, right? Into you, queen, into you, king, before you get your day started. My name is Cheryl Mazik, you guys. I help women to heal from trauma from the inside out. Good morning, Miss Mo. With workbooks, online courses, events, retreats, and community, and also amazing all natural health and wellness products. You guys, I was able to lose 50 pounds all natural with these products and a lifestyle change, right? And so I help other women learn how to get their life back, right? By pouring into themselves first before they give to those that they're called to give to so that they can truly live the life that God has called them to live, all right? So as you guys come in the room, let me know what you guys are thankful and grateful for on this morning. Let me know what you guys are tuning into. If you're on a platform where you're like, I don't know who this woman is. And if you like what I'm talking about, hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button, and let's stay connected. All right? So on this morning, you guys, I'm just going to do a recap of my weekend, the different things that I took away from this weekend. All right? So day one, you guys, on day one, it was all about making a decision and also longevity. Okay. So when it comes to making a decision, I told you guys this story on, I want to say Friday. One of our leaders making a decision 27 years ago to go into a place that he's never been before, right? Into a whole nother country to start to build his business, right? He made a decision and that decision has landed him 27 years later, still getting paid from that opportunity. Different company, but same opportunity, same brand, right? But different ownership, 27 years. He never worked a job, right? He never worked a job. All he has worked is his network marketing business, okay? And so that shows that this opportunity, this industry, right, can be around for a long time and pay you and your family for a long time, right, with legacy, okay? So that was what I learned on day one, all about making a decision. Because until you make a decision to take action, nothing is going to change, right? And so he just knew in his heart that that was the right decision for him, right? And so that's all I kept hearing throughout the weekend. Like they just had a knowing that it was going to work for them, right? And it did, all right? So day one was all about making a decision and taking action, right? Because you can make a decision, but you got to be willing to move into that decision. Apostle stated that you got to move into that decision, right? So making a decision and taking action. Good morning, you guys. Thank you so much for joining. Longevity. The longevity of something. Like, who would love to get paid from something that they did 27 years ago? 27 years later, right? Noni. He got paid off of Noni juice. When he introduced it to somebody 27 years ago, he's still getting paid today. He did something once. He don't have to go to that person every single month. They come back to him because this is something that has helped him change his life. So the longevity of it, right? That longevity has also allowed his children to live a lifestyle that most children can only imagine, right? Because they have everything that they need because of the income. Now, see, we don't praise money. We don't worship money. But money is the answer to all things. The Bible tell you that. And so when you have resources, you have the ability to have longevity in anything because you're not worrying about where money coming from, right? You're not worrying about the bills. You're not worrying about the things that be on the top of your mind when you don't have enough, right? So longevity. Good morning, you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Lady Clark, thank you so much for coming in. Lillian, thank you for coming in. Bless CFW. Esteric, thank you so much for coming in and joining. You guys, come on in the room. I'm just talking about a recap of what I experienced at our company's conference on this weekend. So I'm a part of a network marketing company where we use amazing health and wellness products. We share with other people and we're able to get compensated. All right. So that's what I learned on day one, making a decision and longevity. Okay. Day two was all about trusting God, right? And going with your gut feeling versus what your reality is. Okay. And so there was a story that was told on the stage by Kim Gray. Kim Gray's story is absolutely amazing, right? Doctors told her that she wouldn't even walk again. She was in a wheelchair. She was on disability, you guys. All right. And she was introduced to our product line. She started to use the product line. She started to feel better. She even started to walk, y'all, when the doctor said that she would never walk again. Okay? So with God, with product, with willpower, with making a decision, with truly trusting God, she was able to do everything that the doctor said that she wouldn't do. And with the opportunity, you guys, it allowed her to make the income to surpass her disability check that she was getting from the state. And so she made a decision, y'all, to trust God and her gut that this was going to work for her because it has absolutely changed her life. She made a decision to call the state, to call Social Security, to cancel her disability. They told her that was the first person that has ever called and asked to get off of disability. Most people are trying their hardest to get on disability. Most people going through the ringer, right? They get lawyers. They go through a long process to get on disability. But yet she called and said, I want to cancel my disability check. Because she didn't want to have a limitation on what she can do in life because she was exposed to an amazing opportunity that changed her life. She was exposed to amazing products that helped her with the longevity of life. Who would call and cancel disability? Most people won't. Let me take this thing off the charger. Most people won't, y'all. Most people will not. The average person will not call the state and say, hey, I want to get off of disability. What Kim Gray saw was an opportunity of overflow, an opportunity of legacy, an opportunity to continue to change her life, an opportunity to change her children's lives. Y'all, before she got into this opportunity, she said she never traveled. She never left a state. But because of an opportunity, because of a decision, not only did she let the disability go, but last week she made $11,000 on her paycheck. What if she would have held on to the fact that I got guaranteed money coming? I got $1,000 guaranteed money coming to me every single month for disability. What's $1,000? Nothing. It's a limit. It's a cap on what you can make. Like she saw that opportunity. I can do some of the things that I only dreamed of doing. Traveling across the world. She's been to Bali. She's been to Punta Cana. She's been to Hawaii. She's been all over the world, you guys, because she made a decision to trust God, to not look at her current circumstances, right? To not look at the fact that she was bound to a wheelchair for a specific period of time. But she made a decision, y'all, to say, okay, I'm going to trust God. I'm going to give this a chance. And it totally changed her life. So day number 2 was fully trusting God versus what your reality is. Because see, her reality was being sick, not being able to walk, with a limited income, being stressed because you're trying to make ends meet. Yeah, God didn't put us on earth to be in that capacity. God put us on earth to fulfill a purpose, whatever our purpose is, right? To operate in that thing and to live life and live life abundantly. Okay? So good morning, Michael. So I love Kim Gray's story because she truly is a definition of trusting God. Oh, y'all, and I didn't even tell y'all this. Because she made that decision, guess what? Not only was she able to pull herself out of that thing, but she was also able to pull a whole bunch of other people. And it's not young people, y'all. Her team, but majority of her team is people in their 60s and above. 60-year-olds out here changing lives in this industry. 70-year-olds out here changing lives in this industry. 80-year-olds out here changing lives in this industry. All they're doing is taking natural products, you guys, to help with the longevity and the quality of their life. They're telling other people about it, and they're getting paid. Because in this day and time, you guys, you need more than one stream of income. That's just the reality of it. You need more than one stream of income. Also, the reality is disability is not enough. Social Security is not enough. Even if you saved enough money with your 401k, right? Or investments, sometimes people still don't have enough. How do we know that? Because they go back to work after they retire. They don't go back to work after they retire because they tired of being at home, not doing anything, just doing nothing. They go back to work because they didn't have enough money to sustain them, right? Because when you retire, you're making 40% less of what you made when you worked. And so I never understood how you expect somebody to live off of 40% when they retire, when they can't even live off the full 100% when they're working. And so it allows you the opportunity to get out of the rat race, right? It allows you the opportunity to live a lifestyle, right? Jobs are necessary. So don't get me wrong, okay? Jobs are necessary. Everybody's not meant to be an entrepreneur. Everybody ain't made to be an entrepreneur, right? They don't have the guts for it because it takes gut. It takes dedication. It takes work ethic. Most people don't have that. But you got to make a decision, right? Do I want the life that I currently live? Do I want to live this life for the next 50, 60 years? Is this something that I want to do for the next 50 or 60 years? Or do I really want to be able to experience life? You got to ask yourself that question. I asked myself that question. I'm like, I don't want to just go to a 4-wall building and do that 5 days a week and only be able to live 2 days out the week. Like, I want to live every single day. I want to work part-time in whatever business that I have that will provide me a full-time income, and I want to live full-time. That's what I want to do. I don't know about you. If you want to live full-time, put it in the comments. I want to live full-time. Because the Bible says, for I know the plans that I have for you, right? Not to harm you, but for you to prosper. And I believe that. Do you believe that? For those that believe in the word of God, for those that believe in Jesus, I believe that. And I love that the industry, how can I say this? Everybody can do it, right? So nobody is excluded from being able to do an opportunity, as long as you're 18 or over. No exclusions when it comes to your race. No exclusions when it comes to your age. No exclusions when it comes to you having children. No exclusions with you having a disability. Anybody can do this business. You just have to have a mindset that I want to do something different. I'm going to be coachable, right? And do what I'm asked to do, right? Everything that we're asked to do is legal. It's with integrity. And it's going to help you grow. It's going to help you get out your comfort zone. Because nothing grows in your comfort zone. You're going to stay where you are in your comfort zone. That's what I had to realize, right? You're going to stay exactly where you are in your comfort zone. And never live the life that God has told you to live. God said live life and live life abundantly. Are you doing that? If you're not doing that, why? Ask yourself why. All right? So that's day 1 and 2. All right? Day number 3 was all about doing things different to get different results because of your why. Like, why do you do something? Like, why do you go to work? You go to work because you need money, right? To pay your bills, to provide for your home, to provide for your children, right? So they had one story where it was talking about a hairstylist. A hairstylist was introduced to the product line. She said she really didn't have the money, but she tried the products. The hairstylist was struggling, right? She was struggling in her business. And so she started to use the products. Then she tapped into the income side of it. And she went from being a customer to being a distributor, you guys, that is now full-time in her business. She no longer is a hairstylist. She is a life changer. She is out here changing people's lives because she went from making about $20,000 in her hair business to about, I think they said about $80,000, right? A year, $90,000 a year in her business. See, her thing was she never get a chance to see her children. She wasn't even able to take her children to school, y'all. Most people aren't able to take their kids to school. Good morning, Vanessa. When I think back over my life, y'all, when I was working a full-time job, when I was not a stay-at-home mom, when I was not working from home, I had to leave my children at home. They had to catch the bus on their own, or they had to walk to the school on their own because it was right in the neighborhood, which is very dangerous. But we had to do what we had to do, which most people do. They have to leave their children to do things on their own because they're making money to make ends meet. The opportunity allowed her to live with her children, to experience her children, to allow her to be able to be there with her kids, right? To do things with her kids, to drop her kids off to school, to be able to pour into her children instead of everybody else pouring into her children. It gave her life back, what she wanted, all because she made a decision. Who wish that they can be home with their children? Because, see, that was me, y'all. I told y'all, that was me. I have 2 sets of kids. I always say that. My older kids, 27 and 20, about to be 22. And then my younger kids, 16, 15, and about to be 11. Those older kids, I had to, thank you so much for joining, Susan. The older kids, you guys, I had to be like their hairstylist. I had to ship them off, let them, and pray to God that nobody tried to snatch them. Pray to God that nobody tried to rape them. Pray to God that nobody tried to kidnap them, right? I had to just let them go ahead and be on their own during the morning and in the evening, because that's the way my life was set up. But my younger kids, I have the opportunity, you guys, to be a stay-at-home mom. I have the opportunity to teach them what I, as a parent, my belief system, to teach them life lessons, to teach them skill sets that they're going to be able to use in the real world, right? So I don't knock the school system, y'all. But I just know majority of the stuff that I learned in the school system, I don't use that in my everyday life. Past the 3rd or 4th grade. Anything past the 3rd or 4th grade, we don't really use that in our life. I'm just being honest. So I have the ability to teach them real life practical things to help them be a productive adult when they're off on their own. I get a chance to do that. Why? Because of the industry. Because I don't have to clock in a 9 to 5. I take my business everywhere that I go. Y'all, this weekend, I made money, and I didn't do anything for my business. I made money because of systems in place, because somebody reached out or went to my website and clicked on, oh, I want to buy some Advantage. I want to slim my belly down, right? I want to get rid of the visceral fat in my belly. And guess what? They get a product. I got compensated. I get a new customer. I get a new family that I get a chance to work with, to help them in every area of their life, to help them in their health, to help them in their finances if they're open to it. Because I made a decision. And our company has systems that we put into place. Our leadership have a whole system that they gave us to help us build our business. All right. That's day number 3. The next thing I want to talk about that I took away from the conference, you guys, is the servitude of our leaders. They always are pouring into us. Always giving back. Like, you cannot be a great leader if you don't know how to serve. No matter how much money you make, you still have to know how to serve. It's a wealth principle. It's a principle in the Bible, servitude. You have to know how to serve. Jesus Christ was the first servant leader. He served his disciples. He was humble. He was humble, y'all. He washed their feet. He's the Lord and Savior, and he washing the feet of disciples. That's humility. Our leaders, Dr. Lanika and Greg Scott, Greg Tedrow, Freddie and Nicole, they are the best leaders in the world. They're servant leaders. They lead from the front. They truly want the best for us as their people that's in their business, right? And it's not like we just business partners, y'all. We have become family. Like when we go to the conferences, it's really like a big family reunion. Good morning, Manisha Dornicia. I'm sorry, I butchered your name, baby. Good morning, Lisa. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for those that are watching. If you are not following me, you guys, hit the follow, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit the replay button if you're watching the replay. But if you can relate to anything that I'm talking about, or if you feeling what I'm saying, give me some hearts, you guys. But servitude, y'all, you got to be willing to serve. And when you're willing to serve, that means you're giving your heart. You're serving the people. Like, you even invested in your people because you believe in them. You believe that they can do everything that they desire. You help them to be able to see, right? To see the end result before they see it. Because sometimes you got to have somebody else to believe in you before you believe in yourself. Because we're so used to downplaying ourselves instead of tapping into our potential, tapping into our greatness. Sometimes we need that encouragement. Sometimes we also need that corrective action. Because guess what? Our leaders are honest with us. Us as a team, we haven't been doing what we know that we have the ability to do. And guess what? They had to correct us. They had to give us some tough love on this weekend. And you need that in your life. You need people to help you come out of that thing. Because guess what? So many people have lifing in their life that was there this weekend. So many people are going through different storms, but they showed up. They showed up because they know they needed to get poured into. They showed up because they know they needed that extra nugget to help them go from being stuck in their business to now being back productive in their business. Our leaders are amazing. Our leaders thought enough of us this weekend to rent out a mansion, to allow us to dream bigger, to put us in an atmosphere, to pour into us. They love us that much. And so I want to encourage you guys to know if you ever want to go anywhere in life, you got to be willing to serve. You got to be willing to lead, to set the example, to lead, to not put any limitations on yourself. To remember that if God woke you up, that means he is not through with you yet. You got to take a chance on yourself. You willing to take a chance on yourself when you go into a job interview? You pour your heart out to the employer. I can do this. I can do that. I'm the best candidate for your job. You should hire me. Why can't you do that for yourself as well? I can do this. I can do that. I'm the best person for this business. And I can change your life, right? In this business. You got to believe that for yourself. And know that if God gave you a vision for something, right? If God gave you a vision for something, if he put something before you, that means that you can have it. That's your imagination. Like we stop dreaming as adults because we look at the reality of what we face every day. We face these bills, right? Put bills in the comments because it's real. We do face the bills. We face bills. We face life circumstances. We got so many different things we face, but we have to make that decision. Is this something that I want to continue to do? Or do I want different? Because I want different, y'all. I want to continue to work on my health and wellness journey because I want to be completely healthy. I want to have a quality of life. I also want to leave a legacy for my children. Like, why do you do your business? Why do you go to work? You got to have why. But in business, what is your reason for doing business? Is it just to make money? I don't think that should be anybody's why. Because if it is, when times get tough, you won't stop doing that business. You know, it's a cliche. They say your why gotta make you cry for you to really stay in something. But that's the reality of it. If your why is not something that touches your heart, then you're not gonna do it. When them life storms come, you're gonna be like, bunk this. I'm not doing this business. I'm gonna do everything else but this business. So why do you do the business? Why should you join a business? I do this business for my children. I want them to be able to see something different. I want them to be able to know that, yes, you may have to start off with a job, but that does not have to be your full reality of having a job. You could truly live life, change lives, experience the world, and still be compensated. Because the word says your gifts will make room for you. The word didn't say the job will make room for you. The word of God said your gifts will make room for you. And when you, can you cut that off for me? When you are in a business, y'all, whether it's a network marketing business or a business on your own, you make income from that business. But you're able to utilize your gifts. My gifts is encouraging people. The thing that God has given me is to help women to heal in this season, because it could change in another season. But utilizing the gifts that God has given me to make room for me. That is also allowing me to be able to leave a legacy for my children. The Bible says leave a legacy, an inheritance for your children's children's children. A job is not going to allow you to do that. A job don't even allow you to leave a legacy. You can leave some money with your retirement, but a full legacy, it requires something extraordinary to help you really leave a legacy. It'll help you leave a jump start for the next generation. But the Bible says an inheritance for my children's children's children. That's 3 generations. So I just want to ask you guys this day, are you living the life that God said that you should be living? A life of abundance in every area. And I'm not talking about just money all over here, all over there, money everywhere. Because it's not just about money. Great morning, Terry. But it's about truly living. And stop just existing. Most of us are just existing. I know that my purpose is to help women to heal from the brokenness so that they can truly live. To truly live the life that God has called them to live. Y'all, we don't know the day, nor do we know the hour of when God is going to call us home. So it's imperative to take action. Excuse me, you give me a water bottle, baby. It's imperative to take action daily, y'all, towards what God has called you to do. Because we don't know the day, nor do we know the hour. We have expectancy that God's going to wake us up. When we go to bed at night, we have the expectancy that God's going to wake us up. We prepared. When I get up in the morning, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. Some people don't get that opportunity to wake up in the morning. So if we do, that means we have to walk in that thing. Yes, life is lifing, y'all. Life is lifing with everybody, I promise you. Life is lifing with me. But I made a decision to not allow the life that's lifing to stop me from moving. Yes, it has in the past. It absolutely has. But 3 weeks ago, I made the decision that come hell or high water, I'm going to move forward in operating in what God has called me to operate in, because I have women that are attached to my why and my purpose, and they can't move unless I move and do what God has told me to do. They got too many broken women that are fully doing life, but doing it broken. And sometimes you don't even know that you're broken until you get the help, because you've been impacted by trauma and you haven't healed from that trauma. How do I know? Because I was one of them, right? I didn't realize that all of the trauma that I had that I didn't unpack was some of the things that stopped me from moving forward. It allowed me to have the limited mindset, right? It stopped me every time I got ready to, get a groove of things. Then I get triggered then I'm stopped in my tracks. I am no longer being in that place. And I teach other women how to come out of that place. Did I know that that was what I was going to be doing? Nope, I didn't. Because I used to always ask God, like, what is my purpose? Like in my 20s, especially in my 20s, my early 30s, like, God, what is my purpose? Like, I'm tired of going through these things. I'm tired of having these life experiences, right? But because of the trauma, that was a part of my path. Because of the healing that I personally was able to experience, that was a part of my path. But I had to realize that I went through the pain that in the trauma that I went through for you guys, for those that I'm called to, for the women that I am called to. And so many women are affected, y'all, all ages. And they haven't healed, bless you. They haven't healed. You got women in their 20s, of course, 20s. They're just coming out of childhood. They're now coming into adulthood. They experience childhood trauma, and they just trying to get out the doggone house. You got people in their 30s that's still experiencing residue from the trauma, that now have adulthood trauma that they need to get over. You have women that's in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, still dealing with childhood trauma. They don't believe they can because somebody say they'll never be nothing. They'll be just like they no good daddy. They'll never be nothing because they just like they crackhead mama. They'll never amount to anything, and that still resonates in their mind as a 50-year-old, as a 60-year-old, as a 70-year-old. And that stops them from being able to go where God has called them to go because of what somebody told them as a child. We got to break it. God gave me that assignment. And I got to walk in it because somebody needs me. What have God given you that you're not walking in? Somebody is waiting on you to walk in what God has called you to walk in. What's stopping you? Their relationship issue stopping you? The money issue stopping you? The children issue stopping you? We may have all of those issues, right? But we still show up for our job. You still show up for your job. Your car might have broke down. You still gonna find a way to get to that job. Now, why can't we show up for our purpose like that? Why can't we show up for our business like that? Because our mindset have to shift. When our mindset shift, then we understand that the purpose is greater than the job. The purpose is greater than the job. Yes, the job is necessary, but my purpose is far more greater. Because I know when I have done my work here on this earth, good morning, Sister Serena. When I'm standing in front of my Creator, I want to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. Because I have made the decision to do what God has called me to do. No matter if I look stupid, no matter if I don't understand, no matter what life circumstances happen, I showed up. I made that decision 3 weeks ago. I don't care that my house was flooded and I'm displaced in a whole nother house. I'm still going to show up. I don't care if my money look funny. I'm still going to show up. I don't care if my marriage all over the place. I'm still going to show up. I don't care if my kids acting crazy. I'm still going to show up for my purpose. Because if I was working a job, y'all, because I would still show up. I remember it was days when they allowed us to have overtime, y'all. We would literally get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to be to work for 5 o'clock. But it's a struggle for me to get up. Used to be a struggle for me to get up so that I can have the extra time to pour into myself so that I can be present for my children, for my business. It's all about mindset. If your boss told you today that your schedule was changing from whatever time to 5 o'clock in the morning, you would get up. Because that's something that you have to do. Think about your purpose the same way. I got to get up and operate my purpose. Because that's what I have to do for my salvation, for not for my salvation, but for my works to my Creator. I want to hear, well done, my good and faithful servant. Because God don't want the excuses. What you gonna say if God, like, when he say, well, what stopped you from operating your purpose? Oh, I had to go to work. I had to pay them bills. My marriage was all over the place. My car broke down. God don't want your excuses. Because God knows what he put on the inside of you. But you got to realize what he put on the inside of you. You got to realize that God put greatness on the inside of you. And somebody waiting on you, Terry. Somebody waiting on you, Serena. Somebody waiting on you, Vanessa. Somebody waiting on you, Allison. Somebody waiting on you, Mark. Somebody waiting on you, Choppy. Somebody is waiting on you to show up in what God has called you to show up in. What the business does for you guys, it allows you to be able to have extra, the overflow. That's what having a business does. Your 9 to 5 pay your bills. Your business provides your lifestyle. If you really are dedicated to learning how to do something different, y'all, you can use a part-time business to help you pour into your purpose. But you got to have that mindset to know that, yes, I might be on a job, but that ain't my final destination. I know that God is giving me more, but I don't know how to tap into it. Get with somebody that can help you tap into it. I help women, y'all, to live a healthier lifestyle, to make more income. Y'all, I'm building my team. I'm rebuilding. Because when life happened, y'all, I let it go. I'm in a phase of rebuilding my team. I'm looking for leaders, for moms, for wives that want more out of life. Yes, you work your job, your 9 to 5, to provide for your lifestyle. To pay your bills. But I'm looking for those women that want to be able to provide a lifestyle in their 5 to 9. To learn how to do something for an hour a day to help change their life. To help leave a legacy. Is that you? Yeah, we got all kind of products. We got the Noni. This is to help your overall health. It has so many testimonies of what it helped people do. It helps with joint pain. It helps with heart health. It helps with everything, y'all. We got Moa. Moa has over 32 superfoods. It helps with everything. These are my 2 dailies. Y'all, we have something to help you with focus and energy, because Lord knows I be needing it. We have something to help you with your sinuses, vitamin C, hair, skin, nails. Y'all, we have over 146 products. They just launched a new product today, y'all, this weekend, called Hydration, to help you hydrate your body, because we don't get enough hydration. We also have something to help you with sleep. Y'all, we have all kind of products. Find a product that'll help you in your life. Go tell somebody else about it. make some extra income. Make that extra income. Pour it back into your children. Pour it back into yourself. Pour it into your purpose. But don't stay stuck in a place that have you barely over broke. Barely over broke. You don't have enough to even make ends meet sometimes. But sometimes you gotta make a sacrifice. If your job say, I need you to change uniforms and I'm not giving you no money, you gonna figure out a way how to get them uniforms so you can stay on that job. Sacrifice. The only way to get different results is by doing something different. Because if not, you're gonna keep hitting the same brick wall over and over and over and over and over and over again until you make a decision to do something different. So I'm challenging you guys. If you want to do something different, I would love to help you. If you are a leader, if you are a mommy, if you are a wife, if you are a grandmother, I don't care what age you are, as long as you're over 18 and you want something different. If you're coachable, I want to be able to show you how to take another stream of income and change it into a lifestyle. Because remember, Kim Gray was on disability. She wanted more. She said, I want more than a disability. She called the disability place and say, take me off of disability, because she was making more income in her business. Because her business has provided a lifestyle that she only imagined. She never traveled outside of her state until she joined an opportunity that she took a chance on, y'all. Are you going to take a chance? So I encourage you today, if you want something different, you got to be willing to do something different. If you would like to connect with me and get more information on how I can help you transform your health, your life from the inside out, right? You can hit the link in my bio. If what I said to you guys today resonated with you, put a 1 in the comments. If you're watching the replay, do pound replay. But I only want to work with those that want to work with me. That's where I am in this season. I'm going to help you. I'm going to train you. I'm going to coach you. But you got to allow me to do it. All right? So if that's you, hit me up. Say, hey, Cheryl, I'm ready. And just know, it's not the end all be all when you join the business. It's just the beginning of something new. But you got to be willing to learn. You got to be willing to endure the process. If you're in Dallas, Texas, I want to help you. We will lock arms, because that's why I'm in Dallas. But I work with people all over the world. I also, if you're in the Latino market, I am looking for a strong Latino leader. If you're in the African market, I'm looking for a strong African leader. If you're in the Mexican market, and I don't know if Mexican and Latino, don't beat me up, right? But if you're in the Mexican market, right, I am looking for a strong Mexican leader. Because I want to help all people. No limitations. No boundaries. Everybody needs and does. Sorry, y'all. I'm about to get ready to go because my thing about to die. But everybody needs and deserves an opportunity to have a thing to help them step out of the norm and go into the unfamiliar that can truly change their life. All right? So that's all I got for y'all on this morning. If you guys enjoyed the morning pour, make sure you guys come back tomorrow. For the rest of this week, I'm going to do 7 o'clock. I think for the following week, I'm going back to 6:30 hour in the morning. So come as you get dressed, come get poured into, come get that motivation and inspiration to get your day started, to get your mindset going. Like, I am created for greatness and I'm about to do this thing. I can do this thing, right? So get inspired to know that you can do it. If I can do it, you can do it, y'all. This is another thing, y'all. So I also saw this weekend, it's no respecter of people that can be successful. They're just like us. Everyday people. Wives, mommies, grandpas, grandmas, aunties, uncles, people, accountants, gas station attendants, Walmart workers, people in the healthcare industry, nurses, every average, everyday people that made a decision to be extraordinary. That's the difference. But they just like you and I. Yeah, I am a mommy of 5. I have 5 kids. I was a teenage mother. They counted me out. They say I would be a statistic. But y'all, I'm out here changing lives. When I was in the corporate America industry, y'all, I was making well over $100,000 a year. I do not have a college education. But what I do have, I have a willpower, I have a desire, I have a relationship with God, and I trust God in all things. That's what I have. So, with that being said, I want to help those that want me to help them. All right? So, have an amazing, amazing day on purpose. If you would like to connect, you can click the link in my bio. Make sure you come back and see me tomorrow, same place, same time. And I look forward to helping you guys come out of that thing, right? Come out of that thing, that place of depression, that place of being stuck, and go into your next. All right? Have an amazing day. I love y'all. I love my sisters. I love my sisters, y'all. Like, it's crazy how people from the internet turn into your family. They turn into your family, and I love them. All right? So have an amazing day on purpose. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Same place, same time. I love you guys, and I'll talk to you later.